Hey everyone, welcome. If you're a homeowner in Charlotte, you've probably asked yourself one really big question. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the whole home appraisal process and give you the essential knowledge you need. Ready? Let's dive in.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Whether you're thinking about selling, maybe refinancing, or you just want to get a handle on your largest asset, getting an accurate professional valuation is the absolute first step. So let's explore how to get one.
All right, so why even get an appraisal? I mean, it's not just for when you're selling a house. A professional valuation is actually crucial for so many of life's big financial decisions. It gives you a defensible, unbiased number that provides true clarity, something those online estimates, they can never really deliver. An appraisal is vital in a ton of scenarios. For selling, obviously, it helps you set a realistic price right out of the gate. For refinancing, lenders are going to absolutely require it. But think about the really high-stakes situations. In sensitive matters, like a divorce or settling an estate, a certified appraisal prevents conflict by making sure assets are divided fairly. And yeah, for the IRS, it ensures you're compliant, which helps you avoid some very costly problems down the road.
So what does an appraiser actually do? It's not as mysterious as it might sound. The entire process really breaks down into three clear, distinct steps. Let's walk through them so you can understand how they come up with that final, all-important number. First things first, the appraiser visits your home for a thorough inspection, and I mean thorough. They'll examine everything: the square footage, the overall condition, the layout of the rooms, any recent upgrades you've made, and even the outside features like your lot and your driveway. This is where they document all the unique characteristics of your property.
Okay, next, the appraiser basically turns into a market detective. They dig deep into the local data, searching for what we call comps. That's recent, comparable home sales in your specific Charlotte neighborhood. Whether you're in Myers Park or Ballantyne, what's happening on your street is absolutely key. They analyze these sales to figure out what the market is willing to pay for a home like yours right now.
And finally, everything gets compiled into a formal report. And listen, this isn't just a single number on a page, no way. It's a detailed document that shows all the appraiser's work. It includes the data, the comparable properties they used, and a clear explanation of how they arrived at that final valuation. This report is literally designed so that lenders, attorneys, and the IRS can understand and trust it.
So we've covered the what and the why. Now let's talk about the who. Honestly, selecting the right professional is easily the most critical decision in this entire process. So what should you be looking for?
Here are the essentials. First, they must be licensed in North Carolina. That is your baseline for professionalism. Second, local expertise is so important. An appraiser who knows the difference between Steel Creek and University City is going to give you a way more accurate valuation. Third, make sure their experience lines up with your specific needs. A divorce appraisal is a completely different animal from one for refinancing. And finally, they absolutely must stick to USPAP guidelines.
So what is this USPAP thing? Well, think of it as the industry's official rulebook. It's a set of really strict ethical and performance standards that make sure every single appraisal is professional, impartial, and unbiased. An appraiser who follows USPAP is committed to giving you a competent and credible report that you can truly trust. To make this a little more concrete, let's explore some real-world options you have right here in the Charlotte area. Understanding how different firms position themselves can really help you find the perfect fit for what you need. This chart really highlights why specialization is so important. You can see a firm like Charlotte Home Appraisal is great for general needs, like pre-listings or refinancing. Julian Appraisal Group has a broader scope that even includes commercial properties. But then you have Eagle Home Appraisal Charlotte, and they concentrate specifically on those complex cases like divorce, estate, and IRS valuations. The key is to match the appraiser's strengths to your specific situation. And this right here brings us to a critical point. In many cases, you need more than just a valuation. You need one that is completely defensible. You need a well-documented, credible report that can withstand intense scrutiny, whether it's coming from banks, courtrooms, or government agencies. Using a specialized firm as an example, you can see why this matters so much. A deep focus means they understand all the specific legal requirements for divorce and estate cases. Being court-ready means their appraisers can actually serve as expert witnesses if needed. And an independent firm's only focus is on producing an accurate, well-supported report that's tailored to our hyperlocal Charlotte market. Okay, now that you understand the process and what to look for in an expert, let's put it all together. Here's a simple, step-by-step plan to get your appraisal done the right way. A clear plan makes this whole process way more manageable. First, define exactly why you need the appraisal. Second, gather up your documents like your tax assessments and a list of recent improvements. Third, contact an appraiser and get a quote.
Fourth, get your home ready for the inspection. And finally, review that report carefully and do not hesitate to ask questions. For those of you in the Charlotte area who need one of those more specialized, high-stakes appraisals, here's a potential starting point. Having a direct contact can often simplify that first step of just requesting a quote.
So, what is your home really worth? An appraisal is so much more than just a number. It's about gaining clarity, confidence, and the power to make informed decisions about your most valuable asset. The real question is, are you ready to unlock that value?